So here we are. This is the new Adobe Photoshop, and I want to do some generative AI stuff for your class assignment. So in front of you, I have a couple pictures open. This one right here is a picture I took out in Cape Cod a couple years back during my friend's wedding. And we're going to go ahead and just play around with the new generative AI that's built into Photoshop nowadays and get you used to using it in ways that you can use it, in ways that are also you gotta be careful with. It's not perfect. It's not going to do the right thing all the time. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to come in here and I want to add something to this scene. So down here in the rocks, let's add some wildlife. So I'm going to use my lasso tool. I'm just going to draw an area here, and right here where it says generative fill, I'm going to click on that, and now we can give it a prompt. So we can, if we do optional and we hit generate, it's going to actually delete it. In this case, I want to add something to it. So maybe we'll add some seagulls. Hit return and let it do its thing. And now it kind of did it, but look, there's one nice one here and there's like something over here. What's nice though, it gives you more than one option. So you can toggle through your options right here. And you also have, you can see them over here on the right as well. So I can do that, and if I don't like any of those, I can hit the generate button again and it'll come up with a new option for me. So now here's 3 new options I could choose from. So let's stick with this one for right now. Now, one thing to note, I'm going to select my move tool here. If I move it around, that background comes with it. See? It's not just generating the objects I put in there, it's also generating the background so it matches with each other. So that is all part together, and I can't just move it wherever I want to because that is attached. So let's leave those seagulls there. Let's add something in the ocean here. So again, I'm going to go back to my lasso tool, and over here, let's put a sailboat right here. Let's see how big this is. Now that is not a sailboat. That's a sailboat. And that's a sailboat, but they're not great. And partially it's probably because I chose the sky and the sea at the same time. So I'm actually going to click that layer and delete it all together. Let's try a smaller area. Let's just put it here and see what happens. Oh, that's a motorboat. That's a motorboat. So those are actually sailboats. So you can see it's not perfect. Now I'm going to try something I did try earlier, which I know does work. I'm going to pick a spot right here, and I'm going to put in an oil tanker. Now that looks pretty good. There's another one. There's 2 of them. I'm going to keep the first one because I think that one looks the best. And I'm going to add one more thing over here. I want to add a nice lighthouse. Now, I've only been using one-word descriptions. You could be more descriptive. I could say New England style lighthouse. And there, we created a nice New England style lighthouse. It's actually, because it's on the water there, you can see it actually put it on stilts, which may or may not be accurate. Let's see another one. Oh, there's one out in the distance, and there's a person looking at it. There's another person. Now that person, if I zoom in, I'm going to hit Command plus to zoom in. You can see that person, oh, going too far here. That person kind of got messed up a little bit. This person, though, looks okay, especially when we're zoomed out. They don't look too bad. But let's generate it again. I didn't like those lighthouse options. So here we have some more options. We're going to stick with that one. Now, I want to go ahead and expand this. Now, this is going to get dangerous because I didn't do something ahead of time, and we're going to see the problem with that. So now, we can actually, one of the cool things with generative AI in Photoshop is taking a scene we have and making it larger. So I can use the crop tool here, and in the top area, make sure that your fill is set to generative fill or generative expand. And now I can, if I want to just go sideways, I'm going to hold option and pull on the right side here. It's going to go both ways at the same time. Let go of the mouse first before the key, press return, and give it a moment. Now you can see what happened because I expanded it after I added something in. That lighthouse is chopped off. That is not a great look for that lighthouse. That lighthouse is no longer good. And if I move it to the right here, you can see that it does not match up because of where it was. Oh, I went back too far. Edit, redo. Now I can always, let's delete that lighthouse, right? And we can make a new lighthouse somewhere else. So maybe let's go on this side and we'll create a lighthouse over here. Now those look not correct size and proportion to the area. So that lighthouse is gonna fail there. Let's do one out here. It is not working as well as I want it to. Let maybe make it a little bigger area. Now let's really see what happens. So it's doing some weird things on there. This is part of the things about experimentation with new technology. We got to figure it out. Now I see what the problem is. I'm on the oil tanker layer let's select the new layer that we created that extends out, and now we'll make a lighthouse. So it's important to know we have the correct layer selected to generate from, because that's where Adobe is pulling the information from, is the layer that is selected. Now they're a little different than what I'd like, but you know what, we'll stick with that for right now. I'm going to take something away now. So I said that this also deletes things, right? So again, I'm going to, maybe this big pile of rocks over here we don't like. I'm going to take the lasso tool and we're going to lasso these big rocks. Oh wait, undo that. We're not doing all that. I'm actually, oops, didn't mean to zoom in. I'm going to undo this rock over here. You know, this rock right here. We're going to get rid of these rocks. So if I just hit return, right, generate fill, and then just hit generate, it's going to figure out what to put there. In this case, it's going to delete those rocks and put more ocean probably, just like that. I don't like this rock over here. Let's do the same thing. Boom, there, it's gone. So those are some ideas you could do. Let's look at this other picture here I got. Here is a picture I found somewhere on the interwebs. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Oh, that's too far of a zoom. So we can add things to it, like I said, right? I want to add a mountain peak here. So watch this. I'm going to make a drawing like another mountain peak in this shape as best I can of a mountain peak. And I'm going to say mountain. Now that did not work so well that time. You can see that it barely did anything. So let's try that again. Again, part of this is experimentation. You have to experiment. So I'm going to create one right here between these two. Wacky. So I'm not getting the results I want. You can see that one did a little bit. Let's try it one more time, and we're going to try doing something else. So we're going to delete that again. And part of it is making sure you give it enough information, right? So maybe we'll draw down from here and we'll make that the mountain. Let's see what happens now. So we're changing what the mountain looks like. So we are doing things, but I think I want mountain peak. I'm actually gonna go with this one at the end of the day because I have an idea for the next thing we're gonna generate. Let's generate something new now. I want to come over here. I'm gonna select this area. I'm gonna say people skiing. Oops, I did not spell people correctly. Let's see if it works. Look at that. Zoom in. There are people there. They look a little weird. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We have people kind of skiing. So that's cool. Now, scale-wise, they might be a little off. I'm going to actually delete that layer. But you know what? We need more sky in this. So again, we're going to take the crop and we're going to expand upwards and let it generate and see what it does here. And look at that beautiful sky. Again, you can click through different options of the sky that you might want to try out. So those are some things we can do. Oh, and let's remove something. Let's see how good this does removing this tree over here. So I'm going to select it and just generate fill and generate. It's going to remove that tree right from the scene. Now I want to do something with the sky here, but before I can do it, I need to merge the two layers together. So on my layers area here, I'm going to click on both of these, holding shift down. I'm going to right click and say merge layers. And now they're one layer. And now I can go and select sky from my menu up here. It's going to select this whole sky. And now let's do a generative fill and say, let's call it stormy sky, or let's do lightning storm. Okay, that's just crazy. I don't know what's happening here. But you can see it creates a lot of different abilities to do stuff here. Now always make sure your layers are in order. If I had them out of order before, I can see that hole there. So I just moved my lightning storm up a layer and it covers that up. That's pretty intense. That's even weirder. Let's do nighttime. Obviously these are not perfect. This one, the moon is misshapen. This one is a little weird. They're not always going to be perfect. So we have to really think about what we're using it for and what we get out of it. So it's not perfect yet, but it is a lot of fun to play with, and I encourage you to play with it. And that's what you're going to do for your assignment, is you're going to be playing with the generative AI to take a scene and create something new out of it. So look at Blackboard and the instructions on how to do that and have fun with this new tool.